New Day get called out by Jey Uso. The finals for the Women's IC Championship are set. Seth and CM Punk exchange words in the main event of the show. If you want to know more, stick around to the end.
The last episode of Raw on US Network starts off with the New Day coming out. Biggest heels in the company, biggest boos. I mean, they are so hated right now. Mm-hmm. And Jey Uso's theme hits. And for 3 minutes,
genuinely, yeah,
Jey Uso walks down through the crowd and has it just keeps yeeting, bro.
Yep.
He just keeps yeeting, and after 3 minutes, the music stops, and he says to the New Day, "New Day sucks."
Yeah.
And then they leave, and then New Day just leave. That was the opening of the show, which was kind of weird, wasn't it?
It was a bit, it was a bit underwhelming. I half expected Xavier Woods to cut off this music, stop, and interrupt him. But he didn't. He just kind of sat and let him yeet all over them, right? Like, he just sat and took it. This segment gets more interesting when Jey Uso calls out Drew Mac.
Yeah. But who answers the call first? Solo Sikoa on
Weirdly
the big
enough,
screen,
yeah.
with his boys in the back and exchanging words, just saying, I have to get Roman's attention. We have to... And then after that, Drew does come out and beats him up.
He does. He kicks the shit out of main event Jey. Jey lands a super kick on him, but ultimately it's no use. Drew walks away after beating him, leaving him in the ring beaten, walks away with his hands up, and then doubles back on all the refs and security guards and hits the claymore on Jey, leaving him blowing bubbles on his back in the ring. And yeah, it was cool to see Solo. He had his boys in the back. He had the Ulafala on. He was saying that he's going to destroy Roman. He told Jey that he should have joined his bloodline. Just the same shit they've been saying all year, I guess. And then we get on to Monday night mid-card business. It is Chad versus Otis. Bev, what did you think of this match?
Chad Gable looks so weak.
So unbelievably
and so buried. Holy shit. Buried. Chad Gable used to be in my top 5, but...
Genuinely. Piling the dirt on top. And it's not just Chad. It's all of American made. Now, we're talking this way. Chad does get the win, but it was 90% Otis. Otis had an Olympian wrestler in an ankle lock, and Chad was selling his arse off for it. It was just... Then Maxine Dupree takes out Ivy Nile on the ringside. Bro, put them side by side. Don't even get me started on Brutus and Julius.
Yeah.
Because... I mean, I'm pretty sure they got taken out by Tozawa or some shit. They're done. They are done. Oh. And that's with respect to all of them as talent. I'm talking about the booking. They're done. And if the kids love Alpha Academy, that's great. But ultimately, yeah, it was a very poor win from Chad. And it's just the tail of the tape for him at the minute.
He got beat up the entire match and then somehow pulls it off. Makes Otis tap, which, yeah, great. He made Otis tap, but he looked terrible throughout the whole match. Otis looked like the real winner. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing with Chad Gable, American made. Triple H just hates Chad Gable. Yeah. So I don't know.
They feel like Finn Balor fans supporting Chad at this point because it's never coming back. He's never coming back. Not from this. But genuinely, my heart can't take anymore. Enough of this. On to...
Judgment Day backstage promo. Carlito says his first
Carlito
word.
Speaks. Baby Carlito learned his first words, and it was, that's cool.
Yeah, he's not allowed to speak he hasn't been allowed to speak for the past weeks, months maybe. It's just a Judgment Day promo saying that they need to beat Damien and thing. Ugh, nothing much.
It's the same old BS.
And then we get R-Truth coming out singing his song, and who attacks him?
Speak at the goddamn death. We were just talking about Pete Dunne, and how much we don't like him. And R-Truth's coming out. I'm thinking, what are we going to get here? And then Butch comes out and attacks him. Pete Dunne comes out and attacks him, and says, I'm no one's Butch. Their rivalry is based on the fact that Butch sounds like bitch, and Pete Dunne doesn't like it. We get a backstage segment with Damage Control interviewed by Kathy Kelly. They're talking about how, and we noticed this, we picked up on it before the show did, and it was that Iyo Sky and Dakota Kai were on either side of the women's IC bracket. They could potentially face each other, which was an interesting proposition because we had Damage Control betrayal with Bayley and Iyo Sky. They kicked her out, Bayley turned face, and now they're all face. But I didn't think they were going to go down that route again. But it would have been nice to see it as a bit of competition. But
first match for Damage Control was Dakota Kai versus Zoe Stark. Heat of a match.
Very good match.
High pace from the start.
Yeah.
Both women are great in the ring.
They were great.
Dakota Kai takes it.
She does take it. And I really liked a few spots during the matches. The wrestling was fantastic. Reversals into roll-ups. There was a bit when Zoe Stark had Dakota up and Dakota rolled down her back into a nice, like almost sunset flip powerbomb. Zoe hit another nasty knee on Dakota. I don't know how they do this shit. Super kicks that actually sound like they give you a concussion. They landed them all throughout the match. And then Zoe Stark comes flying out of nowhere on a springboard, takes out Dakota Kai. Really fast-paced, really high-quality match. These women just proving why all of them deserve to have this title around their waist. And Zoe Stark loses, unfortunately for her. But Dakota advances, much to the delight of the crowd that night.
And we get into an even better match, which everyone's so excited for. Judgment Day versus Damian Priest.
Oh, God. Oh.
It's only been the 60th match, this. But at least we get something different with the War Raiders helping out. But
yeah. One thing we'll say is, despite this being a very worn-out narrative, like you said, Bev, the addition of the Viking Raiders, the War Raiders now, the addition of them was interesting. They're looking good with their championships. Just keep them on TV, keep them relevant. It was fun watching JD get battered for a solid 8 minutes of the match, don't you think?
And that Eric is so goddamn strong, dude.
Body slammed every man in there.
He just kept going, bro. And JD McDonough just loves the pain. And he loves to take. I think he's a masochist or whatever.
I love the pain.
He likes to get beat up.
He does. And he does it so pretty. He gets beat up so pretty. We love watching it.
Right now, I've got JD McDonough number 2 in the Judgment Day because everyone else stinks, dude.
And I imagine Liv number 1, right?
Yeah, Liv number 1.
And we were talking in our reaction about how the Judgment Day, they got to go.
They have to go, bro. I've had enough of Judgment Day. Just to span the group, Liv needs to go do her own thing. Dom could go with her. The rest of the guys need to go, bro.
They've all got things to do. JD and Finn could be a tag team in the division. They don't need the backstage segments. Carlito can go home and retire. I mean, I love Carlito, but they're not doing anything with him. And then obviously Finn will be fine, Liv will be fine, Raquel can do what she wants. But I don't know, let Damien end it. Let them have a match at Rumble where it's like, oh, if we win, you've got to disband the Judgment Day or whatever. Do something like that. Just get it done, because I'm sick of the backstage. I'm sick of they're on Raw every week, dude, and it is knackering. Rhea and Liv's feud is probably the best thing with the Judgment Day at the minute, and even that is tiring.
It's all so tiring with the Judgment Day. Same shit, different, bro. It's just...
And it's unfortunate because there was a time when it was Rhea and Damien, the Terror Twins, versus the rest of Judgment Day. That shit was goosebump-giving cinema, bro. When it first happened, I was so hype. When Damien got betrayed in that match against Gunther by Finn, it was amazing. But like I said, it's like that really good film that gets too many sequels. Like it's got to go. It's done. I've had enough. I don't care who wins. I don't even care who wins the rivalry between Finn and Damien, because we know who will win it for a start. It's not Finn. Spoiler alert. And even if Finn does win it, so what, dude? He ain't winning shit.
Ludwig Kaiser promo, and he's announcing someone, and you think it's going to be Gunther, but he announces himself.
He does.
He says, everyone respects. So I think he's getting too big for his boots.
He is. Gunther's going to have to shut his ass up.
Yeah, and he calls out Braun Breaker, who does not answer the call. You know who answers the call? Fellas!
Fight night! Sheamus answers the call.
Yes, bro. I'm literally so hyped that Sheamus is back.
In his Monday Night Best.
And he comes out. Oh, he looks so good.
He did.
We didn't get the little pro. It's going to be banger.
After.
But I'm excited for that.
Well, Jackie.
And he hops in the ring and beats him up, bro.
He does.
I'm so excited.
Bro kick on Ludwig, sends his ass flying out of the ring. So they're set up. Their rivalry's not nearly done, which is good because Ludwig, Braun, and Sheamus are right near the top of the IC division, and everyone wants Sheamus to finish his story. and win the IC title.
I need a Sheamus Grand Slam champ, bro.
And it will happen, and we will cover it when it does. Next up, we had the New Day backstage, and they are not doing themselves any favours by taking the piss out of Rey, taking the piss out of the entire LWO. I mean, Jesus Christ. They might be joining the American Made after that brutal verbal assault they took backstage. Rey was talking about how they're going to sort you out. Say, if you want to be froggy, then we can get jumping or something.
If you're feeling froggy, jump.
Yeah, and then before you know it, I think it was Kofi or Xavier said, you've got your Rey Mysterio cosplayers behind you. Yeah. Mask guy, hat guy. And then he called Zelina a little girl in 12-inch heels. Jesus.
I thought she said little boy.
I mean, could have done, but anyway.
That was funny.
It was funny, and it looks like it's LWO and New Day, although it could be anyone against the New Day because everyone fucking hates them.
It'll be exciting to watch them wrestle for once instead of trying to cut a promo to no one.
To nobody, because no one wants to hear them on the mic, dude. After that, we had another banger. It was another IC contendership match to advance to the finals. So this was a semi-final. And it was Iyo Sky and Lyra Valkyria, two incredible talents. And when Iyo was announced in the previous round of the bracket, we thought, oh shit, Iyo could go the entire way. And she didn't, unfortunately. Lyra takes the dub. Bev, what did you think of the match?
Really good match.
Really good.
Both performers, brilliant in the match, but one thing that always upsets me is when like someone has an injury and it affects the match, and that's what happened with Iyo Sky.
Seen that a lot recently.
So, yeah, it's really getting tiring. But I guess it was okay for this one.
Yeah.
She injured her knee, and that was like the main reason why she couldn't complete the dub.
Yeah, she couldn't. And one thing we'll say, the mat wrestling in the beginning was incredible. The women were transitioning into hammer holds. They were on the floor. They were flipping into covers, roll-ups, behind the back. It was incredible. And then when the action got going, we're getting the springboard drop kicks from the turnbuckle. We're getting all sorts. A really, really good match. And like you say, Lyra is attacking Io's leg, and Io's selling it really nice. A few really close covers from Iyo. Either woman could have won this, and I wouldn't have been surprised, but they did give it to Lyra. So it will be Dakota Kai versus Lyra Valkyria in the final. And yeah, I'm not too upset.
My big issue was the goddamn ref.
The ref.
First of all,
slow count.
Refs need to be like 5'6", dude.
Yeah.
This brother was like 6'3".
He was big.
And it literally it showed, because every time he needed to get on the ground to do the count, it took him 5 minutes, bro.
There was one count especially where he was really slow getting down.
Holy shit, bro. Give us back the 5'6" refs. If I don't want no more 6'3" refs who can't do a fucking normal count. When we're talking about slow count, holy shit.
It was slow. The cover was then, and then it was a few seconds. Then it was the 1, the 2, and the 2.99. Yeah, fantastic. Both these matches tonight were awesome, and we needed that after more Judgment Day bullshit. On to the main event, which is not a match. It was a segment.
CM Punk, Seth freaking Rollins promo to end the show.
Yeah. And Seth was wearing people clothes, like normal people clothes.
He was not wearing Becky Lynch's fit for once.
And I wish I could recount to you what everything they said. Both of them were dropping bombs on the other. Seth, and it's hard sometimes not to agree with them on Punk. Seth said Punk picked up his ball and went home. He tore the company down. He went on podcasts and sort of shat on the company. I'm paraphrasing. He didn't say shat. But he kind of did. And then Punk came in and said, I took my ball home. I've not seen the man around here, referring to Becky Lynch. Did she take her ball home?
Yeah.
And that's facts, yeah. Seth being a bit hypocritical there. Punk said, I left because I didn't like the boss, the guy who ran the place, but he loved you. And the crowd goes, ooh. Yeah. And it is especially brave for the WWE to send them out there and sort of allow Punk to say that. Everyone knows they're referring to Vince. Yeah. The crowd knows they're referring to Vince. Everyone knows they're referring to Vince. And it's just it's just fuel for the story. And I love that we're at a point now where nothing is taboo, really. No one's mic's getting cut off anymore, unless it's Kevin Owens. And or
Carlitos.
Yeah, you never know what he's going to come out with. But yeah, it was amazing. They're going back and forth. And towards the end of the segment, Seth gets the final word. And he gets red in the face angry, dude. Yeah. Red in the face angry.
It was real, bro. Like, you could just... He was shouting. I mean, these guys didn't probably didn't prepare any lines. They just said what they thought.
What they felt, yeah.
They called him a cancer like a couple times. I was like,
yeah, damn.
On US Network?
Genuinely. It's
It was
crazy.
ridiculous.
He said, the only way to defeat cancer is to cut it out. He says, I'm going to bring... CM Punk was talking about arrows in his back from being a pioneer at the WWE. And Seth said, I'm going to bring the fire in my eyes and burn you to the ground. Wow.
Yeah.
Red in the fucking face, yelling in CM Punk's face. And the two men just end the show, staring each other out. And that is how WWE RAW ends its career on cable television. Huge.
32 years, maybe?
30, yeah.
I think it said 32 years.
32 years, 1,000+ episodes, and it goes out with Punk and Seth. Wow. Amazing. Incredible. And, yeah, that's pretty much all we have to say about it, right?
Yeah, that's the man.
If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, subscribe if you feel so inclined. This is it. 2025 is on its way, and we've got a massive year of wrestling. The John Cena retirement tour, the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. You don't want to miss it, because we don't want to miss it. So subscribe if you want to see us cover that, because we'll be here. And that's everything we've got to say on it. Unless Beeb's got anything left to say.
No pop.
No pop.